in progress.
And their families who have sacrificed so much so that we can live free. And thank you to those that served. I know Steve, Jen, and a few others. Lauren was in World War I, so in the Civil War.
He was World War I.
Yeah. Well, I just make it into World War II.
Yeah.
They say he fires musket 3 times.
Thank you for that. My great grandfather. We have a special guest here today with us that is from Colorado in the Greeley Club, and this is Fred Brown here. He reached out to 3 of us, Dawn and Terry and I don't know if you want to talk about that for a brief second or.
Absolutely. So, as I've traveled all over the world and from Hawaii, so yeah, Amelia and I have some kinship there. I lost my oldest brother who lived in Granite Falls. His wife had preceded him. He was living alone, and so I've traveled here. I think I reached out Tuesday.
Yeah.
To like you do to the president-elect, and the secretary.
There you go.
Those 3 are one of the 3 of the 8 that did the work, and probably will respond. And not only did they, but they've helped me with both arrangements and with legal counsel. The family of Rotary is amazing. So
Yeah.
thank you very much to you folks for being here.
Welcome. Thanks, Fred. Appreciate that. And
We
then.
don't normally meet in March.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell my club that. I'm looking at moving the venue now.
There you go. So, and next comes like birthdays, anniversaries, and things of this sort. And so we have a birthday that's today, it's November 9th. That was just a little while ago.
So just move on.
Yeah. Amelia's birthday, she's 29 today, so. So, and I didn't see any anniversaries or Rotary anniversaries unless I missed 1 or 2 or 3. Anybody out there? Okay. I think there's some coming up next week. And then I did have a question here for us to be thinking about. You know, we've had a lot of fundraisers and things like that that we've kind of gone through and kind of been sort of done. Now let's think about projects and some projects we can kind of do and things of that sort. So if anybody has any thoughts on projects, you can email me or Lori or Gary or Dawn, and we can kind of start looking at some, you know, new projects or street cleanups or something. So anyhow, that's just something I had to say about that. And then we'll kind of go into reports here. We have the treasurer's report. Jack.
Yeah, Jack's taking his brother to the airport.
Okay, there's the report.
Yeah. There's money in the bank.
Awesome.
I thought you were going to say all is good.
Yeah, really, I missed the opportunity.
All is good, yeah. Okay. And secretary's report.
Okay, I got a half an hour report.
Good.
Yeah.
Move to accept and move on.
The next board meeting is this coming Thursday at Brian's place. The city is in the process of revamping their 10-year vision plan. And Brian and I represented Rotary at the first meeting of the committee, who will be putting together the vision plan. We had a long 2.5-hour meeting. A facilitator with a lot of good information coming out. We reviewed a lot of the materials, and we'll be getting some information that we will, Brian and I'll come to the club and share with you as far as the vision for the city and see whether we're what we want to do with it, support it, and such. The last meeting of that group is on December the 7th. And won't be at the mill. On Wednesday, the chamber spotlighted community service clubs, and I spoke on behalf of Rotary. And I have to apologize to Amy. I forgot to mention all the projects. I forgot to mention the blood drive that we had just completed and before. So she was there. She's everywhere. So it was good to see her, but they had a fair attendance and we got a lot of questions afterwards. So, that's it.
Okay, great, thanks.
I defer my other 25 minutes to who I,
You yielded back?
yeah,
Yield it back, yeah, okay, good.
not to you though. I don't want you talking for 25 minutes.
I can orate on it.
Yeah. Okay, so we have President-elect Don here. One thing I want to say was I was with Dwayne Rhodes last night because he has a president's council like once a month or every other month. So talked about, getting new members in and how to retain them and things like that. So that was all pretty good. And then probably in January or February, start bringing you because I'll be retiring.
You'll be retiring from. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have anything for us?
Well, not too much going on this month. I will be gone for 3 weeks, starting mid next week.
That's right.
So maybe Angie or Chris Martin, who's not here, or anybody else can help with the. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's a good idea.
Lauren?
Sorry. Yeah, so anyhow, that's that. I've got pets coming up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's not the kind, the furry kind. Don't have the furry kind pets. But in February, there's a conference that president-elects go to. It's at CTAC. And it's typically 3 days. And as soon as it's available for sign up, I'm going to be signing up for that. Good. Stay overnight, 2 nights down in SeaTac. So that'll be fun. And there's also what they call a pre-pets, which I'm missing because I'm away. I think I missed it already, actually, because I was away last week too. So anyhow, Rotary is very flexible and are going to try to figure out how to make that happen for me too. So I guess there's just things you gotta learn how to do this, huh?
Yeah, there is. They do have a training online stuff too that you can go to and all that. And anybody can do it.
So I think you did, it's online for you, right?
Yeah, we
Because
did
of
online.
COVID?
We did Zoom when it went
How about
because of the
you?
pandemic.
I was in person.
You were in person, so, okay.
Yeah, I think Ken probably did it online, I think, right?
Well, no, I was right before COVID hit.
Oh,
that's
okay,
right.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
cool. Yeah, that'll be a lot of
So
fun.
Rick Stork, good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out for the Canadians.
Yeah. Hey.
yeah.
Okay, cool. It'll be fun. Yeah, that's right. So, and then we have community service, which is, well, club service. Sorry, Jim Hagan's not here, but well, we are looking for someone to kind of step in and take that over. So if there's anybody that knows of somebody or you would like to do that yourself, then
And knows how to run a computer.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that too.
That would be great. So keep your ears and eyes open for that. And I don't think Brian Roos is here.
No.
Community service, okay. And Jim's not here, foundation, but we do have our new Jim here.
All's good.
Okay.
I've been practicing that all week.
One thing,
How do you spell that?
I don't know.
one thing that we still haven't resolved, and I don't think it's gonna be resolved, but the 16th is the foundation dinner up in Abbotsford. And I don't think anybody has signed up. We've missed the,
Window.
well, we can still register, but it's gonna cost us more.
Are you offering to go?
No. I don't know
Yeah, if anybody would like to go, they got to get online and get checked in.
So if anybody's gonna go, let's talk so we know, and maybe if there's more than one going.
Caravan. One thing, we did talk about that last night, and there was nobody there going either. And part of, some of the reason was, it's in the middle of the week, and it's up in Surrey, BC, and it usually doesn't get over till late, and then you either get a hotel or you drive home at night with a designated driver.
Or some of us have to work early the next morning.
Yeah, so that's been kind of the issue there. I've been before, I think with Gary and Jim and a couple others. It's a lot of fun. It's really pretty cool. It's the right timing. And international services, I don't think, Linda's not here. I will speak about something. It's a long conversation, but I'll keep it short. I had a conversation with Felicia, who is the exchange student person.
Felicity.
Felicity.
Felicity
That sounds
Dodd.
like a place to go.
No, that's Felicia.
So anyhow, we had a long talk about that. And we have Josie, which is Josie Odegaard, who's Kristen's daughter, that's put the application in and somehow it went through Arlington. And now it's got to come back through us. And in short, we need like 2 or 3 people to kind of set up something to interview her. She's going to send me a package of information on questions and things like that. And she would be happy to sit on that interview or whatever.
So is she looking to exchange somewhere else, Josie?
Yeah, she's going to go overseas somewhere
Nice.
or
Checking who's on.
so the big problem, the big issue, the big issue is finding a family for 90 days. There's 3 families, there's 3 periods. So period 1, 2, 3. So if it doesn't have to be a Rotarian, it could be a school teacher. They seem to be the best because they're in tune to that kind of stuff. It could be your neighbor, it could be a lot of people, but they go through a vetting situation to make sure they're all good and things like that.
Are you talking about the students or the
Students,
hosts?
the host, yeah. Both.
So you're saying that if we send Josie somewhere else, somebody else will come here? and we
Yeah,
host?
we would have a host,
Yeah.
another student, different, yeah.
Wait, are we talking about Josie Odegaard?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, she can't go other places because she is my #1 babysitter. Okay,
She has a brother.
what?
She has a brother.
True.
And he's an
You want
interact.
Josie
Yes.
though.
Send him, because my girls love Josie.
Nice try.
Sounds like you're willing to be a host family. then.
I will be a host family. Yeah.
and they were saying, the first trimester is kind of like, the student comes in, there may be some language things and things like that, but, second and third, and you could be a host family for other students coming in for all year. You just get a different student for the three times. And so that's something to kind of consider and think about. And a couple questions I had was, back in the day when I was a child, it was like you come to dinner at 7 o'clock and you better be on time or you're going to go to the garage or whatever, kind of a thing. And so it's like.
No wonder you are the way you are.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Right.
explains
The rest of us had to go to the woodshed.
Right.
Hey, you said it.
I know. Anyhow, no, I'm just kidding, but anyhow, I kind of laid out that, we're all busy and some of us don't have younger kids anymore. And, like where I'm at, my wife might be gone and I'm doing dinner by myself, or I'm gone and we're all gone. And what happens to the student? And she says, well, you treat them just like if they were your child, they're doing chores and they're one of the family members. And if you're not there for dinner, they're on their own. Here's the key to the house kind of a thing. So keep that in mind. You don't have to be the perfect, Flintstones family or whatever. Or the Jetsons. So anyhow, that's kind of where that's at. So if somebody knows somebody, Ken would be good because there's, she said that teachers are really good with that. So anyhow, that's that. And moving on here. Kyle's not here for membership, but we seem to be doing pretty good, bringing a new member in almost once a month kind of a thing. So that's great. And Kristen,
Brian's friend is gonna join. He took an application last week
okay,
and was filling it out.
okay, good. And then Kristen Odegaard, vocational youth, interact, that's going great. And scholarships haven't quite kicked off yet, but that will be coming up here pretty soon. It's a fantastic thing. And scouts, I don't think Tracy's here, but the scouts would like to go visit her dentistry to see how that works. I think they were there at one time in our meeting and they talked about, they went to an engineering firm to see and things of that sort. So that'd be kind of cool. I'll get them connected. And Vicki Peters and Chris Martin and program. That's going great. You do a great job. I just want to tell you that.
Well, I know that I like fall behind sometimes or I'm last.
We all do that.
Sometimes, but I do my best.
Josie's babysitting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, so we have, Verna Hill from Tulalip coming next week. That's gonna be great. And then I'm still getting a date from the Red Curtain Theater Company. I was barraged with when I walked in, they got speakers for me as well. So we'll see what those are. And then the Resource Center, I'm hoping to get probably the first weekend of December. So we'll get to hear more about their programs. For the holidays.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Hey, Chris, I've been in contact with Verna. And
Okay.
she's wondering what we want to hear about in a matter of 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, do we want to hear some history of the Tulalip tribes, their history, a little bit of their culture?
I think that's
Kind of
good.
Just a little bit basic education on Indian culture and the Tulalips. Does that work?
Highball.
It's 25 minutes, and I hope, please, let's give her at least 25 minutes.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
out of respect.
Yeah, sure.
I appreciate that. We'll just start her first.
And the Highball Culture Center would be kind of good to hear a little bit about.
Hebub,
Yeah,
Hebub Center, yeah.
We could,
'Cause the thing is, she's got
a wide.
5 hours that she's gonna put in 25 minutes. It's kind of like.
we could start her off.
Yeah, that might be good.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
well,
whatever.
that's a little dangerous too.
And then we'd be
So
doing
I
it
think what we do is maybe
8
let her
o'clock.
get on it at least at 8 or 5 after 8 at the latest,
Okay.
and then go to 8:30. And if she goes over, I'll explain to her ahead of time that, we end at 8:30, and please don't take offense if somebody has to get up and leave.
Yeah, or stay, because sometimes
I
people
want to
stay.
respect her. It's Verna Hill. Tulalip.
The Herald did that really great piece on Canadian boarding schools.
Yeah, that could be a 2-hour one. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
if
like
you
that.
could do like the effective Indian boarding schools and then all the way up to career education, like cultural ways of knowing, that would be pretty cool to hear.
That'd be a second presentation probably.
I mean, we can always have her come back. But
Yeah.
I just want to.
No, what's interesting about that is, I didn't ever know about that until it came out in the paper. And it's
Boarding
like,
schools?
it's shocking. Totally shocking. Well, boarding schools is one thing, but the way they did their boarding school practice was
Well, and it
terrible.
was widespread too. It wasn't just here. It was all
Oh.
over the country and Canada.
Wow. Okay. Gary, do you have anything on club communications?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And then Tracy's not here. And now it's time for the raffle. About what? Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not the only one that forgot yet.
And then you can. Chris, you can
barely
talk
see
about
you,
the
you
food
gotta
bank.
blend in.
Power on there?
Our club was able to collect 63 or 21 pints of blood, which essentially saved the lives of 63 people in this community and nation. So congratulations, and keep it going.
Arlington Club just put out
And to follow up with that, we were talking earlier that maybe we do this quarterly. Is that something we're interested in doing or?
I'd have to just use the upstairs there.
Use Ken's office.
Ken's office.
Okay, did you want to say anything about the auction that you had?
Oh, the empty bullshit?
Yeah.
So weirdly enough, all of Lake Stevens, but this little tiny area of downtown had no power. It did affect our event. I think we were on track for doing more than we did last year. Our sponsorship level was up about 10,000 from last year. So we were going to kind of creep past what we did, but I think with not everybody knowing that power was actually in the downtown corridor, we had a little bit less of a
Yeah.
right. We had a issue with our music. We had a kind of a family emergency, so we had lots of stuff thrown at us throughout
Yeah.
the whole process. But I think we'll end up right around $40,000.
Oh, good, yeah, cool, very nice,
And-
yeah.
Walls are starting to go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, so I started putting in walls the other day, so we're kind of on track to be dried in by the end of the year. Not operational, but maybe having some operations in there by February and hopefully by April, starting distribution on that. Probably gonna
That's
be
cool.
shy of doing the final build out upstairs for the DOA did sign a lease, so we are gonna be moving into provide social services for the city of Lake Stevens.
Cool.
So that works good. They're gonna have a whole upstairs, not a whole, but an area that originally was gonna be a food storage loft that didn't work out from a weight perspective, so we moved offices upstairs.
Okay.
And just spent $195,000 on the elevator.
Wow.
But it's all good. It's for the community.
Cool.
So did all the bowls go, or do you have bowls?
We typically have a percentage, 10 or so percent, 15% that kind of carry over, which is kind of good because it does help us for next year.
Okay.
But, you know, we're in that 300 bowl cell range. Typically is kind of where we would sit. But it was good. It was good. Lots of soup, good community turnout.
We had fun, so thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Thanks for your leadership on that important community thing. Okay, so anybody have a comment about anything? Otherwise, we'll have the raffle. Okay, let's go.
Let's wrap it up. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Mary, it's good to see you. I can't wait to hear you talk.
Got the power.
Draw the red one.
Yeah.
All right, it's 7, 5, 2, 0, 4, 5.
What? I think those are the wrong tickets.
Lauren.
First flag flying.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh, darn.
Oh.
There you go. You are a winner.
Yay!
All right. Well, today's a great day. Mary's here. We're excited about that. And also, it's Veterans Day. And thank you, veterans. And with that in mind, it's a fine-free day. No fines today. But it's happy bucks, and so we'll jump right into it. And why don't I come right over here? Because I think this man here is very happy.
I only got $2.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. I'm glad it is over.
Yeah.
I get to be employed for another 2 years. That's great. And,
Congratulations.
here's for Veterans Day. Been in for 33 years.
Wow.
So,
Think you'll stick with it?
I'm gonna stick with it until they kick me out. I actually give up my, 2 years of my battalion command, I actually give up my battalion next month.
Wow.
And I'll just become a staff weenie for a little while. Hopefully I'll go to war college. It's tough football. And then, and then hopefully become a full bird colonel. So,
Yeah,
see what happens.
full bird colonel. That's kind of.
I'm sure there's more happiness over here. I have $21.50. That's for 21 years and 6 months service. The honor of serving our country. Thank you.
Here's 5, one for
Thank
Steve, obviously for winning the cup race, the other for Sam, winning his race and being able to do 2 jobs at once. You got 2 jobs, so, you know, just keep it all in the family. And then just for everyone that turned out and helped out with the blood drive and so much more that we've been doing.
All right, I Venmo $10. I just needed to kind of read what my friend posted because it just really resonated. I think it really states the importance of a veteran. It says, I'm a veteran. And a veteran is someone who at one point in their life wrote a blank check payable to the United States of America for an amount up to and including their life. Because of you, veterans, we are free. So, thank you. Well said. I didn't say it, I just read it. But I think it's well read, well read. I'm gonna come back here. Ladies, how are you?
Thanking all of the vets and happy it's Friday. Guilty but happy because we have a big coming this weekend and I'm not part of that thing. That means I get my weekend off.
Are you on the downgrade?
No, no.
Good on you.
Whoops, sorry. Thank you very much.
There's your honey.
Don't let me forget. Yeah.
And they're eating now. Are they eating now? No. Is someone coming to fix? Are they fixing it next week? Are they fixing your heat next week?
No heat. What'd she say?
The furnaces,
Oh, my word.
bad week. Didn't it?
Yeah,
She was in the hospital, I guess, for a couple days.
just to stay warm.
Well, no, she came home to.
Oh, it's a dead furnace. Oh, my word. And what kind of furniture? Yeah.
Come back here. Fancy table.
I would be a whole.
You the sitters back here.
I've got it.
Just kept checking security.
Well, in that case, this is a $5. Kevin looks fine today. I'm gonna put in $20. I haven't been here for 3 weeks. I've just been lots of meetings, busy, going to see my brother in Boise. Went there, 2 weeks ago? I guess it was 2 weeks ago. And was able to watch, he's a football coach for the Boise State football team, and they won against Colorado State. So that was fun. I'm sure I was a good luck charm. Congratulations to Steve on his victory as Secretary of State for the state of Washington. And also a happy thought, we made it through the windstorm last weekend, which was crazy. We had, didn't you hear whistling through your ears?
Anyway, all concerned.
Yeah, we had
It was fun,
power
man.
outage at the high school that lasted through Monday, so we had to cancel school at the high school. Which was kind of weird. So, and go 2 hours later. So, these kind of disrupted. Lots of trees down, lots of power out.
Yeah.
Didn't your brother used to coach for Colorado State?
No, Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Happy bucks for, we had such a great time at the Empty Bowls event, and even though Chris was stressed that the original performers weren't there, Tim Noah showed up and he sang with my daughter Gracie on the microphone for like 5 songs, so we were happy campers. I wrote down that I'm thankful for, of course, our veterans. Thank you so much for your service. Lots of gratitude there. I'm thankful that the nurses of Providence put forth a letter to the Snohomish Snohomish County Council, and everyone signed it. So hopefully we're gonna get some relief and support around staffing ratios at the hospital, which is desperately needed. And I also wrote down that I'm super excited to have been working with Chris this week on the creator zones, trying to network and get the feel for the community. It's been a really inspiring week.
Awesome.
Venmo is 20. I have lots of things to be thankful for. One, I don't know if you've all heard the crazy news and tech this week, but my company laid off 11,000 people. Thankfully, I was not affected, and neither was my order. When you're responsible for deploying all of their apps, it's kind of a hard order to touch. It's been obviously a tough week, and I had a ton of colleagues who, shocking news, completely surprising.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm thankful for being able to work with all of them, and of course, the company did an amazing job. They basically gave most people about 6 months severance. So it
That's
was
nice.
really cool to make sure that people and their families at the time of year weren't affected. And then also, of course, to all the veterans, super thankful. And my grandfather, he is 97 years old
Wow.
and still kicking. He wakes up every morning, does tricep dips, goes for a walk, drives himself to the store. He fought in World War II and has amazing stories. And what's really cool, for Christmas, I have bought him a plane ticket. He's going to come stay with me for a week, and I'll bring him into the Rotary.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
So, say hi.
Does he have a Tesla also?
He
97-year-old.
has an old school Buick. He likes it.
Where-
Tile.
What? You did buy a Raven.
Yeah, so Lauren, I have a little beef with you now. I just put a down payment on a Rivian, which is the electric truck competitor to Tesla. So,
Well, I hope you get it. It's the best boy I've ever had.
it's gonna be really fun.
So you two gonna have a race?
Yeah, race.
Yeah.
Down in Trestle.
It's the quietest race ever.
Just don't tell Jeff.
Yeah.
Where does your grandfather live?
Sun City, Arizona. Yeah, really.
Well, I'll Venmo 5. I had like 2 things happen this morning that just started my day off right. First of which is my oldest daughter's always been an early riser. She woke up like 5:40 this morning. And now she's like old enough to go and do her own thing, so I don't have to get up with her, which is great. But then I came down at 6:30 and she had set the table and made waffles and mixed up eggs, but she's not allowed to cook yet on the stove, right? So it's just sitting there. But so it was really cute. And then I said, oh, I actually have to leave, sorry. And so it's a bummer, but it was really cute. And then I don't know who else comes from like Frontier Village side of Lake Stevens in that area, but coming on Lundin Parkway, the sun that was like lighting up behind the mountains. Holy smokes, that was so cool. It was like a really neat sight. So. Yes.
Let's come right over here to this lucky table.
I suppose you want my $5.
Whatever you give, we're very happy.
Okay, well, I have a lot of things to be happy about. Number one was that Friday, I had a generator that would power the fan in my fireplace. And so I was nice and toasty warm through all of this arrangement. So that I'm very happy about. And then another thing I'm happy about is that when I got up this morning, I looked at the thermometer and it was 33 degrees. So I went to my Tesla and I told my Tesla that I needed heated seats to go to Rotary today. And sure enough, when I climbed in the car, about 10 minutes after 7, the seat was nice and toasty warm.
Nice.
And the cabin temperature was at 72 degrees as well. So
Nice.
that was something to be happy about. And there's lots of other things to be happy about, but I'll stop with that.
So Amelia, today's your birthday?
No.
Good night.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to sing a
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Yeah. It's mandatory.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amelia. Happy birthday to you.
I think that's the best touch we've ever done in the 16 years I've been coming here.
Yeah.
We're kidding.
Whatever
That's
it is.
pretty sad.
Yeah, it is.
Today's Friday. And, you know, I thank all the veterans us. And, you know, my husband is not alive anymore, but I thank him especially. He was a World War II veteran, and he was also, and I don't know if any of you have heard of the World War II. He belonged to us,
Nice.
and he was a sergeant in his battalion and battalion. And, you know, I thank him for what's happening today, you know. He's made life easy for all of us. Not only him, but all the veterans from World War I up to the present. And Steve, thank you so much. And this is
Sir,
Morning. So.
Greeley's a great town, by the way.
Well, you've been there.
Yes, I have.
I love it. I moved from Hawaii to Greeley and stayed.
Oh, wow.
All right, I've got $40 in my
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's because I'm not only happy, but I'm grateful for Rotary, the club, those folks that came with the local music there. And, but also, my dad was a Pearl Harbor survivor, and lived to 99, and was one of the people who, whether dignitaries, presidents, prime ministers, he actually did get to meet with you. He represented the survivors when Prime Minister Abiy came through with Obama, first prime minister to visit.
Cool.
I do have a fun story with that. He was sitting there, and the Prime Minister Abiy came in. They were seated at the memorial area, and where's the Prime Minister? Got below my dad, which is tradition for respect. And he said, you know, great, you know, pleased to meet you. And my dad said, you're not here. He looked at the interpreter, and the Prime Minister said, you're not here to try to kill me again, are you? and the interpreter immediately, and Carolyn Kennedy is sitting next to me, and she was the ambassador to Japan, and she looks at him. Obama's going, oh no. And my dad looks at the interpreter and says, tell him. And by the way, I spent 4 years in Osaka, so I speak Japanese. So the interpreter, you know, said it to him, and Abiy kind of had a feel for what he'd said. And he looked up and smiled. He said, no, not this time. We both laughed and embraced, and so it was actually pretty good.
That's
I also have two brothers who veterans, one retired out of the Army as a colonel, and one out of the Navy as a captain. So I love it. I do have to say, Lauren, I really feel bad for you. Because if the best toy in your life is your Tesla, I disagree. My wife of 32 years, that has been my best toy. You need to live a little more.
Well, I had a wife of 72 years.
But she had to have been a better toy than a Tesla.
Well,
She was.
Okay.
she loved the Tesla too.
All right. All right.
But she made it possible for me to have a Tesla.
I love it. Thank you, folks.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
No,
It looks like there's some happiness over here.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see Mary's happy too.
Oh, I'm happy because I'm happy to hear you guys are awesome. Thank you, and I'm happy that Gary used paper with what he had to say today, because I'm gonna do the same. It helps me.
Paper's cool. Paper's good.
Paper is good.
Yes, it is. Pens, paper.
Coming
And
from
here's a
paper
happy
company,
group here.
it's easy for
Happy
me.
group.
Well, there's so many things to be happy about. I'm just gonna put the whole lot in there, however much that is. And obviously, veterans, first and foremost. Happy for our political successes for our club members. I think that's wonderful. Happy for the Red Cross. They were very able to find me an alternative to last week. So I have my appointment this week at there as well. So there's no excuse not to give. You can always, they're very good at finding a way to give. So, yeah, that's a good sign. And my fish in my aquaponics system survived the power outage. without life support all day, and it was cold out.
Got some
I
more.
was gonna say, you give a little CPR.
Did you do it?
And your fish were fine, so.
I got more.
Oh,
You could have been doing some ice fishing.
Yeah.
So I have a few happy dollars I owe you. A fine, actually, I had to bail on the blood donation because I delayed getting a scheduled appointment and then I had to work. So I apologize to Amy Friday morning, but I'll have to follow up maybe do what you did. So, and I had a great time at the Empty Bowls. That was a lot of fun. We were there. I got to see a lot of folks there. And then for also the veterans, my family goes back to the Revolutionary Wars.
Oh, which side did they knew each other?
Who?
My family, your family.
There you go. Nice. So thank you, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. President,
Yeah.
you look very happy.
I am very happy, and hopefully I'm always happy because you can always find happiness in something, right? So- And I'm grateful for everybody here to help out and jump in. And I don't know everything, so everybody knows something, and we all get together and make it happen. And I'm grateful for all the veterans and Steve's win and Sam's win and all that. So it'll be fun, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm gonna Venmo 20 in, and echo everything everyone has
I
said.
got another $1.
Oh,
I got $1 you didn't get.
fine.
Okay, well, this dollar is for, I served in World War II. And I was in the Coast Guard and we served in the Pacific Ocean during World War II, doing air sea rescue and weather control. So I'm happy to have survived.
We are too.
Yeah.
Did you have heated seats?
Yes.
All right, Coast Guard guy.
No, we didn't have seats, but I have them now.
don't get them started again.
Thank you for your service.
Well, I'm happy, it was a great experience. I was young and I didn't really take full advantage of all the opportunities that was but here I am, I'm 97 today, and so, okay. Happy to be in Rotary.
We're happy you're here.
Okay.
Kevin?
Yes,
You
yes.
have people online?
Yes, we do.
Larry, I think, was out there. somewhere.
Larry, how are you? Larry, get out your wallet, please.
Nope.
Larry, you there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He's here, he's here in
Good stuff,
a mountainous.
In a mountainous area, slipped on a cactus.
We tried.
Okay, thank you, Sergeant of Arms, Kevin. And with that, we have our speaker, who is Mary Dickinson over here, and she's going to talk about Friends of the Library and how we're doing with that. And so take as much time as you need. Some people might have to leave at 8:30 or whatever, so yeah, take whatever you need.
Okay, so, first of all, thank you so much for having me come. I'm kind of bailing out two young moms who would be here, but they couldn't be here because they got little kids. So here I am, and I'm gonna be quick. But I also want help here. Maybe this gentleman, Don, could hand these out to everybody. I can do that. All right, well, there you go. And there's little bookmarks in there too, so that's from the library proper. So although I'm a Kiwanian,
Yay.
I'm pleased to speak with the great Rotary Club. What have you not done for Lake Stevens? My dad was a Rotarian, so there you have that. His whole adult life, and proud of it. So I want you to know I grew up with a Rotarian dad. Friends of the Library. So Advent calendars, that's 25 kids' books chosen by age and interest, have been very successful. We've been selling those, and the price is $30 for unwrapped, 25 books unwrapped, or $50 if they're wrapped. Plus, if you deliver the books to the house, it's an extra $10. But the fun of that is, instead of eating a piece of chocolate every day during Advent, you read your kid a book. So it's really fun, and people love it. And the president of the Friends of the Library, Dana Bittinger, who's amazing, she's the one that brought that to us, and it's just been so helpful. Orders closed today. So if you want to, you can look my number up on City Council. I didn't write down the number, sorry, my bad. If you are interested in that, it closes today.
What ages are the books?
Any ages up to,
97.
well, 97, there you go. No.
You want us to call you?
You can call me, yeah. You can
But
call me.
they're probably all picture books, right?
No,
Oh,
no, it
okay.
depends on the age of the kid. So if a kid is 10 and they like, robots, who knows what, you pick what they're interested in. So when you send your money or you say that my kid is this age, they're very interested in sports or whatever, and you gear your choices by that. So anyway, so there's Book Nook. Back in the day when we had the old library, the Book Nook was tucked away there. You go in the library and there it was tucked away. Now it's flat out right by the front door, and it does very well. So book sales are striving to provide more for the library beyond our light right, which we have in the little library. And everybody knows where the library is now, right? Okay. Just had to make sure. And the little train, when you go in the library, so this little train the kids can sit on, that's from the Friends of the Library. We hope to include purchasing 1 or 2 desks that allow mom or dad to park their little one in a side seat while they work at the computer or read a book or do some work. And this little, you can pass this around, that's what it looks like. It's not cheap, but we're hoping to get that. And we understand, young kids come to the library and then what are they going to do? Run all over the place. And mom's not going to get anything. Yes, they're not cheap. And we're working on getting them. We were thrilled to learn that the Rotary was able to raise a nice chunk at your raffle selling one of our baskets. Yay! The Aquafest book sale was a huge success. Maybe it helped that we were inside and had overhead fans. The Aquafest board specifically asked us to take part. Thank you. I know some of you are in the Aquafest board at the mill, and it was free to us. Thank you, Rotary, for your support. We're hoping to continue year after year. Now, here's a personal note about the Friends of the Library. A disclaimer. Note, we often store books in wine boxes. I promise you, the Friends of the Library do not drink all that wine, whatever you might think. So now the library, we have handed out this information. And this month, they will be clearing the space for the library up at Chapel Hill. We are so excited. And so Antoinette, who's an amazing human being, who's the new library, runs the library now. She has just been, she came here and 2 weeks later, things got a little crazy over the library. If you remember this, when the city decided to say, go away library, we're just going to have a privately owned library. And she had just come in. And so we've been supporting the library through that. And I think we're there now. So I really have a question though, because I was a school teacher. So, I have to give you homework. So, and you can email me how you feel about this. How do you feel about the open space at Chapel Hill across from the fire station? How do you feel about that? The city has already voted on what they want to sell it to the highest bidder because they need money. And I will not say how I feel about it. If you look up how I voted on that. But I would love to hear from you, and you can email me. And I know we're short on time, and you got to go. But I just wanted to throw that question out to you to think about, how do you see that piece of land working? The library happily has worked with conservation districts with the wetlands that they're going to be next to, and they are totally in support of that. So they're going to take care of that land. They're not going to do anything that would affect the wetlands.
So just to be clear, are you talking, I think we've seen the plans for the city and the library in that area. The open space is the area behind the two buildings, or?
No, the
Which?
open space is right next to the library, because the city is not going to use that for a civic center
Oh,
anymore.
okay, I didn't know that was out of the
It's a
question.
cleared area.
It's cleared,
Okay.
right? So that, and I believe we need to listen to the people, and that would be you. And you're all engaged in this community, so your voices matter a lot to me.
So the library's taking the space of the two homes there.
Yeah, they've always owned that land.
Right, I know that.
Yeah.
Well, since they
And
sold it.
they've raised money, and they're not doing a bond referendum for the library. They're just begging, going out, and, getting all kinds of grants, and they're up to 3 million plus, and they're working on, and I know the conservation district is also helping. Yes,
Well, so when you ask for our opinion about the land use, it's about, because I guess I'm kind of confused.
okay.
The library definitely has that land. It will be built.
Absolutely.
You're saying, what do you think about the other chunk,
Next, right.
how it should be used? Okay.
Right.
Just-
Because right, so the vote was taken that they would sell it to the highest bidder, and it would be commercial and apartments. Because that piece of land is actually, would provide, it's valuable because it gives you a lake view when you get to the second floor.
Right near the bus.
Yes.
If it wasn't, if the city didn't sell it, what would be the vision?
Well, I think that's what I would be asking you. Do we want to park there? Do we want, what would you like to do? And
It's kind of a loaded question in some respects, because sure, we love the park, but okay, we can't build sidewalks, but we're gonna not sell land and then
That's it.
spend millions of dollars.
That's
for
it.
it, right? So
That's
it's-
true.
it's-
That's
it's-
exactly
yeah,
right.
It puts us, it's a tough one. You can't
I
answer.
got you.
Yeah.
I got
I
you.
love to see parks, but I don't.
Right.
Gary, is that on the agenda for what you do in the city when you meet with them?
Well, that's one of the issues. Parks is an issue, housing is an issue.
Right.
Sidewalks are a big issue, yeah. Could be.
My big question is, what would the city do with the money? When they sell it, because they're gonna make a profit,
Right.
right? So what are they spending the money on?
Well, what they
Trying to
won't
buy
be-
some- they're
Yeah,
trying to
what they
buy
won't be
something else?
spending it on is to build a fancy civic center. They will probably use it to get better sidewalks, get better roads. Our lighting on the streets is a problem too, in my view. And more ADA compliance, which is very expensive. And so, there's a lot of things that the city would do. And yes, we could use that money. But that's why I'm not telling you what to do or what to think. I'm asking. Because your opinion really matters to me.
Does the library have a floor plan laid out yet?
I think they do. I've given you everything that I have.
Okay.
So what that says.
Or
I
these
think
places
they
for books.
My understanding is that they had an architect working on it. I don't know.
Yes, and he's right on here.
Obviously,
Building
they're
works.
getting ready to clear the land.
Yes, they
already
are.
have
Oh,
the
yes,
drawing.
they've got to, yeah, they're that far.
One-story or two-story library?
It will be one story because of that ADA issue. You have to be able to get into the library. But in my dream world, I would like it to be two-story.
So
But
who,
that's a lot more expensive as a
for
food,
an elevator.
as a food bank knows, yes, elevators ain't.
Damn right.
so who invented the library? Was it like Thomas, who started the library in the original days? Was it Jefferson or somebody like that? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, back then there was a vision that libraries should have books and things like that.
I think it was Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin, okay. So now in today's world, it's changed because all the books are with Dr. Google. You can just Dr. Google him up and get all that information. So maybe there's a little bit of a change because it seems like, I don't know about you guys, but everybody's going to Starbucks and wants to have a meeting and there's a lot of noise there. So I don't know if the library's designed for maybe meeting rooms or something.
Yeah, it'll probably be similar to Monroe.
And if you have been to the current library that we have, they do have a meeting room and it's very, very helpful.
That's a good question. What's the newest library built in for Snow Isle?
Excuse me?
What's the newest library that Snow Isle has built?
I don't work for Snow Island. I can't answer that.
You think it's Monroe?
No, it's not. I think it was on our committee.
Yeah, it might be Camino. Yeah, I think you could be right. Yeah.
We've also set up some meetings with the library and the youth mayor after to talk about creating.
Nice. As maybe a second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really believe the second floor would be awesome, especially because you get to see the lake.
Why is the city selling that corner? We never needed it anymore.
Well, because they're not gonna use it for, what this civic center. They found that was just like the library, tries, bond referendums twice failed, because it was a big chunk of money to ask people to come up with.
Yep.
And, yeah, I know, even though I doorbelled for the library, of course I did. Yeah, it was a lot of money and people voted it down and we're pretty sure that's the way it would have gone if they had done the civic center. They had the same outcome. My problem is I believe in the senior center. And I believe they need a home. And I believe a community center. We are hoping to have Cedarwood become a little community center down 99. So it's not real far from where the library is. Right. Exactly. Yep. So, but I know you guys, anything else? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm really glad you're breaking ground on the library.
Yes.
30 years ago, the city said you have to send all your property to us because we're gonna build a library for your property. So I thought that was very interesting that 30 years after then, we're gonna get a library.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's a lot of irony, isn't there? Very important, the glacial erratic that's there will be saved. I'm kind of the one about the rock.
Yep.
Well, what about the rock? It's very important. Yeah. So,
Do you have any kind of estimated timeline of build start, completion?
no, I'm not from me. Not from me, but that's a good question.
Is this a race now?
Yeah. Oh, it took us 10 years, so.
What's the rush?
So you're with the Friends Club.
I'm with the Friends a lot.
And so then you do various fundraising like the book sale.
Right.
What other kind of fundraising do you do?
Congrats, Steve.
And a calendar, right? And, you know, anything like that. We're out there.
One last question.
Yes.
Is it true that Kiwanis is really an old Indian word that means I wish I were a Rotarian?
Yes.
Excuse me.
I think that's what it is. We'll learn that in the tribe piece, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear.
Way to go.
Does that mean you're gonna be back next week?
You never know. I might not be gone yet, so.
All right. Oh, my goodness. Well, you guys are so great. I'm so appreciative.
That's the first time I've seen Mary stumped in a long time, so good job.
Thank you, Mary. For
That's right. I'll have
thank you,
her
Mary.
come back.
Thanks, Mary. We have a $25 donation to be donated to the Lake Stevens Education Foundation. The Dolly Parton book thing. So, yeah, awesome. Yeah, books and libraries, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, here's yours. So how come this cost $11,000? I might build some in the garage. Yeah, well, Mike and I.
You need this design here.
Yeah. Anyhow, anybody have anything for the good of the whole of the club? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you for being here. Ding. Forgot the bell, didn't you? I didn't bring the bell.
Chris, great meeting.
Yes, thanks for being here.
President, thank you.
This is Don.
Yep.